Welcome to Touring Globe. 24 hours in Paris, the most magical day in the City of Light. Paris, 6 a.m. The city is still asleep. The sky is soft gray, the streets are slick with dew. I'm standing on the steps of Sacré-Cœur in Montmartre, one of the highest points in Paris. From up here, the skyline stretches into a dreamy fog. The Eiffel Tower pokes above the rooftops like a quiet sentinel. A single street musician strums a guitar behind me. This is where the day begins, before the rush, before the voices, just Paris and silence. 7 a.m. I descend into the cobbled streets of Montmartre, past sleepy cafes setting out their tables, past boulangeries where the scent of freshly baked bread floats like perfume. I stop in one and order a croissant and a café cream. The warmth of the cup in my hands, the buttery flakes of pastry. This isn't breakfast. This is ritual. Parisians greet the day not in a rush, but with reverence. The pace here is slower, deliberate, full of intention. 8:30 a.m. The metro hums beneath the city. I board a train toward Île de la Cité, the island in the middle of the Seine, home to one of Paris's oldest hearts, Notre Dame. Though it's still under restoration, the cathedral stands proud. I walk along the riverbank, past green stalls filled with vintage books, art prints, and old maps. The Seine flows silently. I pause and watch a couple hold hands on a bench. Here, romance isn't forced, it's simply in the air. 10 a.m. Time for art. I enter the Louvre, through the gleaming glass pyramid. It's massive. You could spend a week here, but I only have an hour or two. I visit the Mona Lisa, of course. Smaller than you'd expect, yet surrounded by awe. Then I wander. Greek sculptures, Renaissance halls, Egyptian tombs. Each room holds centuries. Outside, I rest by the fountains in the Cour Napoleon, letting the morning sink in. 12 p.m. Lunch in La Marais, the historic Jewish quarter turned artsy hideaway. Narrow streets wind between boutiques and patisseries. I choose a small cafe with sidewalk seating. I order duck confit, served crisp and tender, and a glass of Sancerre. Around me, artists sketch, locals read newspapers, and waiters chatter in quick French. I feel invisible here, and that's the magic of Paris. It lets you blend in while still feeling seen. 1:30 p.m. I wander through Place des Vosges, one of the oldest squares in Paris. Couples lie on the grass. Children chase pigeons. The arcades offer antique shops and galleries. I duck into one filled with old postcards and typewriters. There's a quiet poetry in old objects. I buy a vintage postcard and write myself a message. Remember how this feels. 2:30 p.m. A long walk along the Seine leads to the Musée d'Orsay, a converted Beaux-Arts railway station, now a temple of Impressionism. I stand in front of Van Gogh, Degas, Monet, paintings I've seen in books, and now, they breathe in front of me. Upstairs, behind the giant station clock, the city unfolds again. Time moves, but here, it slows. 4 p.m. Time for something sweet. I stop by Pierre Hermé for a macaron. The flavors are wild and poetic: rose, passion fruit, pistachio. I sit by the Luxembourg Gardens, watching sailboats glide across the fountains. Parisians lounge on green chairs, feet propped, books in hand. I do the same. No one's rushing. There's a rhythm to this city that insists you slow down and just be. 6 p.m. Golden hour. I head to the Eiffel Tower, but not to go up just yet. I cross over to Trocadero, where the best views unfold. The sky turns honey gold, then deep orange. The Iron Lady gleams in the sunset. Tourists snap photos, children blow bubbles, musicians play violins. There's magic in the light here, like the city is showing off just a little. 7:30 p.m. Dinner in Saint-Germain-des-Prés, a place that oozes literary and artistic history. Hemingway, Sartre, Picasso, they all wandered these streets. I find a bistro tucked between art galleries and jazz clubs. Steak frite, a glass of red Bordeaux, warm bread, and good silence. I eat slowly, watching the city dim and glow at the same time. A violinist plays down the street. The night begins. 9 p.m. I return to the Eiffel Tower, this time, to the top. The lift rises quietly. Paris stretches out below in a sea of gold. Boulevards branch out like stars. The sparkle lights go off, thousands of bulbs flickering for 5 minutes. The crowd gasps. Me too. It's not just a tourist moment. It's unforgettable. 10:30 p.m. I take a Seine River cruise by night. The boat glides silently. Paris glows, bridges lit, monuments illuminated. Lovers whisper, cameras flash, and I sit still, wrapped in my coat, holding this moment close. The Notre Dame, the Louvre, the Orsay, all drift past like ghosts in the dark. This is what dreams look like when they come true. 12 a.m. midnight in Paris. The city quiets, but never sleeps. I find myself back in Montmartre, walking slowly up the hill. Street lamps flicker. Cats move between alleyways. A jazz song hums from a window. I stop at the top and turn around, Paris below me again, glowing softly. 1 a.m. I grab one last drink at a quiet little bar tucked near Place du Tertre, where artists once painted in candlelight. I sip pastis and talk with the bartender in broken French. We laugh. He tells me to never forget the feeling, not the sights. Paris, he says, is about the mood. 2 a.m. I walk one last time through the empty streets. The city feels like mine. No crowds. No noise. Just Paris and me, echoing footsteps, and the soft hum of dreams still being written in windows above. I came here for one day. 24 hours. And somehow, I leave feeling full, as if the city gave me something sacred in return. Paris doesn't just live in your memories. It becomes part of who you are. If this journey moved you, even just a little, give this video a like, hit subscribe, and share it with someone who dreams of Paris. Leave a comment. What would your perfect day in Paris look like? Until next time, keep chasing places that feel like poetry. See you in the next video.